32 candles hissed on the cake. Mom had insisted on the fancy Brooklyn bakery, the one that takes $80, and I'd paid, like I pay for everything. "Make a wish, sweetheart," she said. I closed my eyes and wished, as I have for 5 years, let my parents finally stand on their own. I blew. Applause. We were in the downtown Boston condo I rent for my parents, Dad presiding, Mom directing, my sister Lena and her boyfriend Connor. $4,200 a month for this address. I cover that too. "Presents," Lena sang, handing me a box. Inside, a silver bracelet. Pretty, maybe $40 at Macy's. "It's beautiful," I said. "Thank you." "Your turn," she told our parents. Dad cleared his throat. Mom's smile went rigid. He slid an envelope across the table. "Happy birthday, Nadia." Heavy paper, my name at the top, a law firm's crest. Notice to vacate premises. Termination effective immediately. Vacate by 11:59 p.m., May 14th, 2024. Today was May 14th, my birthday. 12 hours. "What is this?" I asked. "We've been talking," Mom said. "It's time you moved out." "You're 32. You shouldn't be living with your parents." "I don't live with you," I said. "You live in my condo." "The one I rent. The one I pay for technically," Dad said. "The lease is in our names." "Legally, it's our residence. We're asking you to leave." 2 years ago, they were days from homelessness after Dad's business collapsed. I found this place, put the lease in their names so they'd feel independent, paid utilities, groceries, insurance, and sent a $3,800 allowance while I worked 80-hour weeks at my startup. And now this. "Okay," I said. "Okay." I went to the small second bedroom, the space I'd treated like a guest room for 2 years, and pulled out my suitcase. Clothes, laptop, 2 framed photos, the paperbacks I rotate on flights. It all fit fast. On my phone, I opened the money spigot I'd built for them and turned every valve shut. Rent autopay canceled, utilities severed, car insurance gone, health plan ended, the $3,800 allowance zeroed, their supermarket card removed, their phones set to leave my plan tomorrow. I called my lawyer, Arjun. "I need filings tonight," I said. At 11:47 p.m., the last box slid into my trunk. My parents watched from the sofa. Mom guilty, Dad relieved. "Where will you go?" Lena asked. "I have options. Hotel points aren't love, but they're shelter." Keys in hand, I paused. "By the way," I said, "the lease is in a trust, my trust. Your names are tenant records. I'm the owner. So your eviction notice?" I raised the envelope. "It doesn't apply." "But mine will." "You'll get 30 days, Dad went pale. Mom whispered, "Nadia." "You wanted independence," I said. "You have it." I checked into the Mandarin on points and slept as if the city had clicked mute. Morning brought a chorus of calls. I silenced them and went to the office. Our product launch clock ticked in my head. Day 3. Mom caught me between meetings. My card was declined at Whole Foods. In front of everyone. "I removed you from my account," I said. "Try Market Basket." "We don't have money." "Then spend less." Day 5, Dad called, aggrieved. "Our health coverage lapsed." "I know." I paid it for 2 years. Start at healthcare.gov silence. Then an unfamiliar word. How? Day 7, Lena showed up at my office looking wrung out. "They're spiraling," she said. "You served papers." "They have 23 days left. Where are they supposed to go?" "I don't know," I said. "Where was I supposed to go with 12 hours?" "They made a mistake. They made a plan," I said. "Now they live with it." Day 14, a counselor from Elder Services called. "Your parents requested emergency housing." "They also evicted me mid-birthday cake," I said. "I supported them for 2 years. I'm not a cruel landlord. I'm a daughter honoring their wish to be independent." A pause. "Understood." Day 23. Security rang. My parents were in the lobby. I let them up. They looked smaller. "We were wrong," Dad said. "We're sorry." "Here's what happens. 7 days. In that time, you'll apply for work, retail, grocery, anywhere. You'll file for subsidized housing. I'll help with forms and references. I won't give you money." Mom flinched. "We can't live on minimum wage." "Then you'll learn to budget. Independence isn't free." They nodded. We set boundaries in plain ink, together. 4 months later, they had jobs. Mom at Target, Dad at Lowe's, and keys to a modest, clean, 2-bedroom senior unit that cost $800 a month. We spoke weekly, dinner monthly, no bills crossing the table. I slept easier than I had in years. On my next birthday, 33, they took me to a small Italian place with red-checked cloths and noisy air. No specialty cake, no envelopes from lawyers. Dad slid a card across the table. Inside, a $200 check. "It's not much," he said, voice rough. "But it's ours." I folded his fingers around mine. "That's everything," I said, and meant it.